And we're off.
Poudre School District High School football, live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado. This broadcast is brought to you by Schrader Oil, fuel your day, by Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins, everything cars made easy, and by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good. And now for the play-by-play, here's David Haase and Randy McCoy.
Welcome to Poudre School District Athletics. Tonight, live from French Field in beautiful Fort Collins, Colorado. The home team, Fort Collins Lambkins, host the visiting Brighton Bulldogs in conference play. Hello, everybody. I'm David Haase, along with my partner Randy McCoy and Grace Reeder tonight on camera. Welcome you here to a game, Randy, where both teams 2-2. Someone gets a chance to go above 500, and someone's going to be one game below.
Yeah, that's right. The deuces are wild tonight, and we're right smack dab in the middle of the season. So tonight we're going to see really what both teams are made of. Brighton coming in pretty strong start to the season. Fort Collins, has had some moments, and then they've had some other moments. But Coach Rice seems to always get them going at the right time. As you see, the band was down there, and
cheerleaders are lining up. It's homecoming tonight for the Lambkins, too, so big night here. Crowd's filling in nicely. Got a few folks in Brighton across the way, too. So we'll be back pretty soon for the captains, the coin toss, and the national anthem, and our kickoff.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
You see back now here at French Field, captains for both teams out with the referee, explaining heads and tails. I don't think weather's going to be an issue tonight. We had a really strong shower come in a couple hours ago, but the field will be certainly playable. Captains out there tonight for the Lambkins, number 6, Garrett McGraw, along with Jackson Shore, 15, Jake Leone, 25, and Jack Pedersen, number 96.
Jake Leone, their all-state receiver who's not able to play now, tore his ACL.
Yeah, he's jogging pretty well, and he doesn't have a brace on, looks like, right now. So it's one of those last week he was snapping and hoping with some chance of getting some activity there. Now he just dressed out tonight, too, to be part of the team. Completely understand that, but they'll be getting the ball, and Brighton will be kicking off from the south end zone following our national anthem.
What a great job by the Lambton band.
The Purple Regiment in fine form tonight.
Yeah, and they'll be, I think they're going to be performing at halftime this homecoming.
Oh, yeah, homecoming night, and a great night to be here. We have the Brighton captains out in the field. Here comes the rest of the Bulldogs, and you see the close-up of the Lambton squad down on the sideline. They had a tough game last week. You know, when you go out and you play a team that is motivated and as highly ranked as Loveland is, they came out and they just started wrong right away, but here's a chance for redemption tonight. They're going to be led by Hayden Iverson, the sophomore quarterback, Randy, putting together a pretty good year so far.
Yeah, leading the area in passing. And
yep, 188 yards a game. He's got 5 touchdowns, only 2 picks, but throwing about a 55% completion rate for a sophomore. That's pretty heady stuff.
Yeah, if you're Coach Rice, you got to be really pleased with how he's played, but excited about the future too. We've seen several quarterbacks start off as sophomores here in the Fort Collins program, and
across the way too for the Bulldogs tonight, where the quarterback Coffin, Robert Coffin the junior, he's himself doing a pretty good start for this year. He's got over 700 yards throwing, almost 176 yards per game, 5 touchdowns also and 3 picks, but he's throwing at about a 57% completion rate. And, you know, we'll see a lot of him along with Ramirez, number 28 at running back. They'll be carrying the load tonight, both these teams, along with the quarterback-centric kind of offenses out of that pistol, but you'll see a lot of the running back. Remmers, the junior, also 265 yards on the ground. Garrett McGraw kicks in both catching and running, Randy. So I look for the Lambkins kind of settle down and try to control the game from the start tonight.
Well, they ran into a really special team last week in Loveland, and there's going to be a lot of teams that have the same outcome as they had.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
In Loveland. So anyway, this is Colorado High School football. We play 4 12-minute quarters. Here's my partner, Mr. David Haase.
Straight on kicker, drives it downfield. Caught at the 5-yard line. What a straight giant line. He's got an alley though, Randy. He's right up the middle. He's got the speed. He's got to do is turn the kicker.
That's Abby, isn't it?
Yep. Get around his head a second. Gonna take it. 95 yards on homecoming. Abby Seged. Way to go, Lambkins. 6-0.
He's been waiting to do that all year, hasn't he? I mean, he is almost broken.
Several times now, but what you do there as a kick returner, you got to be fearless. He took up the middle, and he had the jets on at about the 20, and the guys in front of him did a nice job of just giving him an alley, holding the blocks, and what a rare moment, too. We don't have any flags.
Yeah, that is rare.
So right out of the gate, that took 13 seconds for him to run 95 yards, and it wasn't a straight line, folks. That's some serious speed. And what a way to get the crowd into the game right away. Nice crowd still filtering in here. A lot of people coming into the game. Some folks from Brighton across the way still arriving. For those of you who couldn't make it up here, your Bulldogs are going to start in the hole, but we have no doubt they're here to compete. Waiting for the PAT. Nobody was really ready to come out in the field, were they?
No, I think Abby's under the radar. He didn't really play last year, and nobody saw him, but he has become a major player in their offense.
Iverson, the holder. McGraw kicking. Snaps low. Iverson picks it up. Nice job. Tell you what, that's the holder's position. Can finish things off because that was a one-hopper low, and he just swung around. The sophomore put it right on the pedestal, and McGraw knocks it through. 7-0 Lambkins. Really early here at French Field.
We've got another broadcast tonight over in Windsor. Eric Freehoff, Cody McCoy are on the call. Grand Junction and the Windsor Wizards.
Yeah, that's a trip coming all the way over Grand Junction. They probably got to see some snow on the way over too, didn't they?
Yeah, and they're not on the air yet, so I'm not sure if they're having some problems. If you saw what we had to do over there to bring a broadcast.
Yeah, they're catching up there. We're glad to have them part of our broadcast this year. A great athletic program the Wizards have, and we had a nice game last night watching a very dominating conference play with their volleyball team, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
And speaking of volleyball, we got some great volleyball here in Fort Collins. We'll talk about more as the game goes on when we get the time, but right now, Lambkins offense didn't get on the field, but they're up 7-0, and they get a kickoff.
Yeah, as I was saying, Abby has not really been an item, and this year, even the first couple games, I'm not sure anybody even knew he was on the team, but the last 3 games, they know about him now, don't they?
So the quick kick high in the air, taken to the 13-yard line. Ramirez looking for a strike himself. Runs into a purple and gold jersey and goes down outside the 30. So good return. Nice spot for the Bulldogs to start their opening drive.
Nice bright red, boy. You don't see that much in on teams, but I like that. Almost candy apple red, isn't it? First and 10 from the 33.
Twin receivers near side now, Coffin back. He's got motion coming across. Rolls his right, Randy's trying to get forward. He's got room to run. Just didn't commit in time, did he?
No, he kind of got caught in no man's land, but he still gained 3.
Picked up a couple there, but one of those, the nice job by the defender, came up and just kind of mirrored him and made him commit to coming across the line. By then, though, he was squeezed into the out of bounds.
If you're not familiar with Brighton, Brighton's over by the airport, kind of one of the closer
on their way,
towns to the airport, or Denver International Airport. So that's quite a haul for them too.
Twin backfield set, give straight up the middle, swallowed up in the middle by the Lampkins defense. Jack Pedersen, number 96. We'll talk about him a lot tonight, just on the captain there. Last week, Randy, they tried to get him a couple of score chances too, but in the middle there, Sam Piotrowski, number 66 also. Guys who just clog it up. A lot of tackles we made behind them, though. Jace Weedy will be one of their active linebackers. Those big guys clean them linemen off of them. They go make tackles. So 3rd and 9 now. Coffin to throw. Bubble pass here to the near side. Cuts up field, reaches for it. Ball's on the ground. So you can tell by the wind. Nice shot of the camera there, Grace. The official goes ahead and winds it. That means it was down in play. Didn't go out of bounds, and Brighton recovered it. For them, a good break, but now they're going to have to punt.
And the Windsor Grand Junction game is on, and
clear night over there.
You can open up another tab, and you can watch both of them tonight.
So Lampkins, single receiver back for the return. Bulldogs are missing one player. Good snap. Lampkins going for the return. Just the hold up. End over ender, though, kind of shanked. Going straight forward. About to hit one of the Lampkins. It does hit the Lampkin player in the helmet, though, picked up by the return man. He's got a picket line, Randy. He makes one cut. He's gone.
Number 4.
Shea Wind takes it to the house on a play that could have been a disaster. And you got 2 special teams touchdowns in the first half, in the first 4 minutes of the game.
I think I've seen everything now. And we talk about all the time, if you have a kickoff or a punt that gets fumbled around, all the team has already gone down. If you can get past the first wave, you're finished.
Well, he saw that player. He knew he had to get the ball because it went off. There's a short punt, really low and driving, and it bounced off one of his teammates who was down blocking the gunners for him, trying to kick him out. He gets an alley, alertly grabs it, but then he took off full speed, got to the picket line here in the near sideline, and as the crowd could tell you, he had the distance measured, didn't he?
Yeah, and
McGraw good on the kick again, 14-0 Lampkins.
You know, if you're Brighton, you say, wow, we haven't even looked up, and it's 9:54 left in the first quarter.
I don't think the bus has even cooled down.
You know, these two teams are really mirrors of each other, just in how they play and their offense. And
well, special teams, 1/3 of the game. It's always the easy comment to make. But right now, this game's got flipped upside down right away. Like I said, the Lampkins haven't taken a snap, and they lead 14-0.
And what's most unique about those two returns, there was no flags. Pretty much every single return for 5 years.
Yeah.
We've had a flag.
That in itself is something to say.
So having 2 in a row with no flags is a miracle in itself.
So twin safeties back now for the Bulldogs again.
So that gives the crowd something to get up about, doesn't it?
Well, That's you know what? I mean, the game's early. It's really early. I mean, it's very early. There's 9:54 left in the first quarter. But
no matter when you get them, just so that you get them.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, it wouldn't be past Coach Rice to
keep them guessing.
Yeah.
McCoy back down to kickoff. Everybody spreads out.
Yeah.
He does drive this one in the air.
He's going to play nice right now, huh?
Down to the 5, taken by Ramirez again. Head of steam straight at the middle. Runs another pile, pulls out around to get about the 30. So about the same field position again. But this is one of those where, okay, now you go across the way. You're the Brighton coach. When the unexpected happens, you got a bunch of teenage guys out there, and you're like, okay, that just happened. We can't do anything about it.
Hey, our game plan, it's equivalent of coming out in a team. I remember Loveland Foster Ridge a few years ago came out, hit 10 threes in the first half. Well, that ain't going to go the whole game, so they're not going to do this the whole game. So let's stay in our game plan here.
Yep, Coach Pelton's got his man out there, coughing quick out here. Catch the receiver in the middle, gain of about 4, maybe 5.
You know, every team runs that play and everything, and I hate that play because it's
a long throw.
It's a long throw, and I've rarely seen it get more than 5 yards max.
It's a long,
in the
long
NFL,
handoff.
In the college, in any.
Well, it's so hard to play defensive back, and it's very hard to play corner, which most teams like Collins does. They play mostly man. Their corners are man up all by themselves on an island, and as you can see in your picture, they're back off right now. Right now you're for Collins. Okay, you're going to play it respectful, but you don't want to get back. Option to the right side, pitches it out. Nice job of coming up and filling.
And that's your difference in your pro game and your high school. Pro game, you change the call and you hit that receiver right there because you got 5 yards before that defender's even going to come up. See the Lampkins in their gold and purple.
That's a great looking uniform, isn't it?
Yes. And I think we can see the numbers on that.
Yeah, and better yet, we can still see them. Brighton's are going to be helpful tonight, too. So big play here. Brighton love to keep their offense on the field, continue this line of drive. Need to cross the 40. Read option. Coffin gives it. And he's snowed under.
Predictable there.
Lost a couple yards.
Yeah, a little too predictable there, and it was slow in forming.
Well, Potrasky just blew it up. The big fella came right up the middle. As you see him jogging off right there, he dropped the anchor on the middle of that Brighton line, and they had nowhere to go with that. They're punting.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to use a little more imagination than that to pick up a 3rd and 3 against a Coach Rice team.
Well, here's your third special teams play of the game. The first 2 scored. Much better punt that time. Wynn takes it as 25, makes the first man miss. Actually, McGraw.
And there's your flags.
Yeah, and he goes out of bounds about the 38. A little block in the back, more than likely. A pair of them went down, as you said.
You know, if you're a special teams coach, you remember that play because he could have run for the first down there. Everybody turned around and went. So you remember that, don't you? Next time you're 4th and 5, you just tell the punter.
Yeah, take it on your own.
If you can make it, go for it. And he could have made it there.
Yep.
High school is different, it's usually you got an athlete at every position, and especially the kickers. It's not like the NFL where
coffee drinkers.
Yeah, they're coffee drinkers.
I'll stick to that. So the penalty is going to be marked off.
Oh, there's 1 or 2 athletes.
Oh yeah, Ray Guy wasn't too bad.
Well, he might have been more than a coffee drinker though. Maybe a teetotaler.
Yeah. Well, they talked about him when he came out of college. He can still throw from end zone to end zone, was the legend. But that's, even if he's close, that's impressive. So Lampkins, their first snap, leading 14-0. 7:43 left here in the first. On their own 16.
Again, Coach Rice has given over the offensive calls to.
Remmers breaks the outside. Can be tough yardage to get here. He has the speed, though. He's got the corner. And in a kind of bad angle coming up by one of the outside, the safety there gave him that edge. That was just a speed run. So gain of about 6 on a play that Randy very well could have been a loss. Talk about some of those guys up front blocking tonight too. 63, Jose Guerra. 65, Brett Larson, Sam Piotrowski, who made the big play on defense there, 66. Josh Leone, 73, and Quay McClaney, 78. Now Pedersen, Jack Pedersen, 96, will play a lot of tight end, and last week he had one just off his fingers for a touchdown. So we know he's a dual threat, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Pistol formation now, too tight. And we've got a timeout called on the field. Timeout taken by the Lampkins. So we'll be back after these messages. You're watching Stream It Sports.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota.
You're watching PSD High School Sports live in high definition on Stream It Sports NoCo.
Back here after the timeout. 2nd and 4 now for the Lampkins. Pistol formation, two tight flankers right behind them. Kind of a stack play. Center screen coming. Moving around. Nice job of Brighton keeping it contained. He only had yardage up the middle, but Randy was enough for the first down.
Yeah, you know, that's a lot of times a big play, but the receiver had to stick around, around by the line long enough where the defenders were able to come back and catch him from the back.
Exactly. So often that play is designed with a big spread offense. Nice catch and run that time, though, too. They were just getting it upfield.
A lot of company in the middle of that field, wasn't there?
Yeah. Bubble screen out the other way. Purnell on the catch. And a flag thrown right there by the side judge.
Probably a hold.
A hold or an illegal use of hands by the receiver downfield.
Maybe by the official, too.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a hold. You got it. So tough for receivers to block, and they're out there all by themselves. Easy to get your hands outside the jersey and grab the corner of those pads. So as you see the penalty being marked off. So that'll make it first down again, but first and a long, about 19. Yard to gain is about the 38. Just need to cross it. Joe McGuire, the junior, near side split. Tight end right side also. Motion to cross. McGuire in the jet sweep, trying to get to the edge. Turns up fields, got an escort. Breaks through, gets about 9 back, Randy. Pretty good run. He did a nice job of getting right behind those personal protectors with the Piotrowski. He got behind the big old 6'6" there and said, I'll just ride that for about 8 yards. So 2nd and 8. Still pistol formation. Tied in near side with the flanker. Brighton going to the 5-man front, really suspecting the run. Bounces again from the outside. Block coming. And I'll tell you, a really good job on that outside there. Doesn't shows up in the stats, but 53 there, Jonathan Engel. He had his man, and that's one of those easy spots. We're just talking, that's easy to reach out there. But he just drove him the way he could, and he gave Remmers enough of an angle to outrun the corner. And then he alertly just popped his hands up in the air and said, yep, I'm not grabbing anything. Great heads-up play there by the senior offensive lineman for the Lampkins. Trips to the top, Purnell on the far outside. The second here on the near side. Fake Iverson, bubble screen into Sagan. Randy cutting up the field, spins around for one tackler.
Well, I tell you what, he's got some natural moves, doesn't he?
He's gonna, yeah, that spin move in traffic though.
He might learn just go on down because he didn't gain any yards.
You know exactly what I was thinking there, because those safeties come flying up and you might turn into something you really don't want to, and you're not protected.
Yeah, you
take the 7 yards.
Learn to live another play, huh?
That's right. Either way, they'll pick up about 7. Need to just cross midfield.
I don't think we've seen the last of him tonight, do you?
Nope. Fullback gives straight up the middle, busts on through, just hauling bodies down. Still not down. Brighton surrounds him and takes him down. Carried by number 33 there, Kellen Vagasser.
You would expect the Lampkins to come out and want to prove something after getting whipped pretty solidly by Loveland last week.
Well, and two very different teams last week. Lampkins are big and physical. They want to, they're going to try to do some things on the outside, but they'd love to just mash you. Play the big guy ball because they got the size advantage on pretty much everybody they're going to play this year in 4A. Well, Loveland just decided to make it a speed game, and that's not the game that they're going to play. And they had a couple early scores, kind of like Lampkins have done tonight. Snap a little short, slow. Hayden Iverson, though, makes a couple moves, heads up field, first down yardage inside the 35.
He's like, look at what I found.
Yeah, that's well. And as to your point again earlier, it's one of those moments where the ball kind of pops in the air and everybody kind of freezes, and they have a chance. We have an injury on the field right now, so we're going to let the trainers take good care of that athlete, and we'll be back. You're watching Stream It Sports.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
We're back now. Joe McGuire, the dinged up Lampkin there, got up, walked up his own power. He's obviously hurting, but back, it's good to see. So 1st and 10 after the run by Iverson. Pistol formation, fullback set to the right of the quarterback. Give straight up the middle. Remmers breaks it to the outside left. It's got a crease. And a pretty nice play by the right defensive end for the Bulldogs, Randy, out there. He was just about to get beat the outside and got a good grip. And just got enough of Remmers' jersey to take him down. I believe that was number 7 out there. Yeah, Cameron Morlock.
What I like about the Lampkins tonight is their focus. They really seem focused.
Yeah.
And playing with a purpose.
Well, you got to wonder. I mean, like last week, it's one of those nights where, okay, it just went away quickly. And
they didn't have an answer.
Didn't have an answer for the speed of Loveland, which, as you said, they're going to do it to a lot of people. But tonight, certainly with the lead, they can play ball control. They don't have to be in a hurry to do anything. Trips here to the near side. 2nd and 5. Iverson takes it deep down, man. He's got near the goal line. A little underthrown. Goes to the ground. That's one of those experience balls there. He saw it. He had the man open. Just needs a little bit more air, and there's plenty of arm there because he stood and threw right about the 35-yard line into the end zone, so not a pass out of his reach. Just needs to put a little more on it. And part of that's recognition, too, because you got to let your player know he's going to be out there. You throw it out to the outside. Even if you're there early, he's got a chance to adjust. So it brings up 3rd and 5. And this is really one of those downs, Randy, where you could run it twice if you get 2, 3, or even 5 for the first down, but get it down to a manageable 4th down. As you're up 14-0, I think this is 4-down territory. Motion to the left side. Makes the formation strong that side. Sweep going right. Remember, chugs it, sees him opening, cuts upfield.
Great cutback.
And one of the Bulldogs put a good hit on him, but didn't wrap up. It just basically knocked him forward past the first down. Great recognition, though, as you said. The line come out there, the Bulldogs pursued, and he saw that alley and just planted that foot, stuck it right in the ground, and turned upfield. Clock running now with 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. First down continues the drive.
Boy, if you're Brighton, you got to be shaking your head and say, what happened this first quarter, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you just got to look up, and all of a sudden you're down. Big. Remember, his sideline makes another cut to the outside again. Just great play recognition. Boy, there's a flag coming in, but that tackle out there by that defensive back, real good job in open field.
And the white hat is having some words with
particulars.
The Lampkin bench.
Mm-hmm.
Fairly animated, too. There's a hold on Fort Collins on that play.
I'm going to kind of a bit of a shout out there. Wyatt Verbeek, number 32 for the Bulldogs. That was a very good open field tackle.
Yeah,
he came down, squared down, had his face up. Great tackle technique, but catching an elusive runner like Remmers in the open field while you're shedding in a receiver's block. That is a great athletic play, and did it the right way. So the penalty will bring them back out to their own 30. make it 1st and 20.
Again, we'll welcome our Brighton fans that might be watching us on Streaming Sports or on Facebook Live.
So a bit of a break that time for the Bulldogs there. Makes it, how many times can you answer in a drive with big penalties? Iverson back to throw, has got the screen set up. And Purnell did smart thing there. He saw a whole lot of number 15 coming right down him, and Ian Helwick, senior defensive lineman, that's one of those, as you said, live to play another play.
Well, sometimes you're better off with an incomplete pass than catching it for a 3-yard loss. So.
Yeah.
And that's one of those plays. 2 holding calls this series has.
Well, and that's the 4th screen pass, or maybe even the 5th that the Lambs tried to run. Those defensive linemen kind of recognized that earlier. All 3 of them peeled off towards the strong side of the formation.
Well, I think you got to try to get Abby deep here and,
you
throw it up.
You got to challenge a safety or two here. You need to get down inside the 20 for a field goal try.
Giving them all kinds of room.
Slot man's uncovered. Quarterback draw. Iverson cuts it back up.
Yeah, that's
a called play. That was fairly conservative. But there's one thing they learned last week that if you have a chance to, you're up 14-0, and not giving the ball up and letting that clock run. But 3rd and the first down, obviously that's your goal. You got to get down to the 11-yard line. Pretty big play for a high school team, but
Brighton's defense looked pretty solid actually.
Yeah. Well, you talk about schedules. They're both 2-2. That 5th, 6th game of the year, you start to get your identity. Fake the run, bubble screen the outside, almost picked off.
Number 7 knew exactly what play they were running, didn't he?
I think they've gone to the well.
He stopped rushing the quarterback even, because he knew he could maybe get a pick there. They're lucky it wasn't a pick 6.
Cameron Morlock there. It would have been a foot race.
Great feel for the game right there.
And Iverson had that was just a tough play to call. Like I said, they've gone to the well on that about 6 times now. And pretty soon here you're going to need a pump fake, as you said before.
Yeah, Morlock was almost like he was in their huddle, wasn't he?
Yeah. So, I agree with this call here. Just go for it on 4th down. And, just a completion here. Get a little rhythm back for your offense. They've kind of sputtered here in this drive, trying to make too big of plays down by 20. Fires, though, the end zone. Got a man in the corner.
I think he's out of bounds. And nobody down there
wants
to make
the
call.
And incomplete pass.
He called a touchdown. He put his arms up, but there was no official down there in the corner to make the call.
No, I don't know if I'm going to go. He was reaching for the football from the side, Judge.
Okay. All right. Well, he put both hands up in the air like a touchdown, didn't he?
And this whole west side.
That's dangerous at this point of the game.
The whole west side of this stadium here in French Field, all was after it, but we've got a holding call anyway.
It didn't make any difference.
So it doesn't matter. I couldn't tell. I didn't think he kept position, and he might have been out of bounds.
I thought he was out of bounds if he did catch it.
It was a very good throw and a great effort, but if you look where that holding penalty's at, it's on the 36-yard line. Spot foul. Well, that's why, this tells you it's a touchdown, because otherwise they decline the penalty as an incomplete pass. Because they could take they take the ball over 1st and 10 to be a turnover on downs.
But I'll tell you what, I couldn't make that call because there was nobody within 20 yards of that, and we're not trying to rag on the officials or anything, but they just didn't get there that time.
Yep. So now they're going to punt it. So that was a touchdown catch as ruled.
Even though it wasn't, because he was out of bounds clearly, but nobody could see it. So either way.
Snap.
Almost blocked. Boy, number 7's going to get something, isn't he?
Yeah. Nice fair catch called. Nice job of getting downfield and getting under it.
Number 7's ready to make a play for Brighton.
I think he's going to make an effect on this game.
He's been very close to a sack, an interception. Could have, close to a block right there.
Daniel Wilson there at the fair catch of the Bulldogs. Nice job of just getting under it.
Keep your eye on Cameron Morlock, senior.
Yeah, several plays.
He's been out in the open doing some things, and he's going to make a play.
So 1st and 10 now.
A shout out to the Big E, who's
Fort Collins
Lampkin. He's listening on his iPad, he says, sounding good. So
thank you, Eric.
Good to hear from him.
Keeps us up on all the Lampkin doings around town.
Yes, he does.
Reporting on that great season both the volleyball and the softball teams are having.
And we got a big one next Thursday night, don't we?
Yep. I think he'll be there.
Yeah. Fort Collins and Fossil Ridge, 2 top 5 teams, I believe, aren't they?
Well, and just as it goes here, I mean, we've got 3 top 10 teams in the city, and that is going to be played. So all you Lampkins, all you Ridge fans, you get out there to support those ladies.
Yeah, just like you do in those basketball games, you need to get out there for that volleyball game.
If back to throw, looks his right side, lays it up the man, and I think that's a good no call.
Oh boy, the official
Coach Pelton is about to go bananas.
Yes, he is. And
well, the ball.
I don't blame in the heat of the moment. I don't blame you.
Yeah. He wants something good to happen for his team. They played the entire game on their offense. Have been on the right side of the field. They haven't crossed the midfield yet. And
they're better than that, and he knows that too.
Yeah. When it's tough, I mean, like I said, we talked about before, what are the things, 16, 17, 18-year-olds and 15-year-olds out there, and, you got 2 scores down without even seeing anything happen.
Yeah, there was a lot of incidental contact on that. So
yeah, well, he kind of ran up between the safety. They had him bracketed pretty good. Nobody knocked him down. It was more just a collision. And I'm not sure which receiver that was going for because he had 88 on the outside, and I don't think that was really intended for him.
Well,
that was
could have been a look back pass on the.
Yeah, a little back shoulder to Drake Cortez was just a little underneath it too, and that's one of those route runs there. Neither even looked. They really didn't help out their quarterback there. Nobody looked back, and Coffin just had to let it fly. So 4th and 6.
Not always the quarterback, is it?
No.
On passing. You see an incomplete pass, everybody wants to talk about the quarterback, but many times the receiver doesn't run the right route or doesn't look.
Got to help him out.
Oh, that's.
Punt shanked, heading straight downfield.
Boy, did that hit?
Well, if it did, they just got lucky because it went out of bounds because Michaela Moore was
like
right
that
there.
Hit number 1.
Yeah, it was very close to him.
So far, Brighton would say this is a first quarter not to remember as Fort Collins Lampkins come back out.
Well, as we said, they have not had a chance to take a snap on the Lampkin side of the field.
Windsor ahead of Grand Junction in our other broadcast, 7-0 in the first quarter. It's a good picture.
Oh, yeah.
Boy.
Rimmers off the left side, way through the traffic, just sees the spot. Boy, does he accelerate well, doesn't he?
He does, and Brighton has gotten in trouble a few times now because if they don't get him behind the line or at the line, their secondary is not picking up people. So,
well, and part of that, credit the offensive linemen up front because they're staying on their blocks. And Brighton's flying around, but staying on their blocks and gives him that room to run, and Remmers does a great job of it. So after 1 quarter here in French Field, 2 special team scores right out of the gate for the Lampkins. They lead 14-0. You're watching Streaming Sports.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. I see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Here's the Purple Regiment Band there as we're getting ready to start the second quarter. Randy McCoy, David Haase here with you, 14-0 after 1 quarter. Make sure you thank our sponsors for supporting us.
So starting our second quarter now, 2nd and 1 for the Lampkins. And Randy, here, here's one of those moments, the Bulldogs defense, and that you need to stop Iverson kind of on the fake. I think this is just an improvised play, and he's going to get away with it and maybe get a first down. because the snap was just a little floater again, which timing is never going to work very well for that with the motion and everything else. They faked the jet sweep, and I think that very well could have been a quarterback, keep, just a little draw play. So 3rd and inches. But boy, if Brighton can get a stop here, force a couple punts in a row, that sideline needs that spark, don't they?
Yes, they do. And
5 down linemen give to the fullback, though, falls right behind the big guys and rumbles downfield easily. First down yardage near the 25. Gain of about 7. Vagasser. And with the size of the offensive line that Lampkins have, they've got the beef. There's no doubt about it. And that fullback pop like that, there's no time for a linebacker even to step up. When they take those little shorter splits, they're not nowhere they're going to go. So 1st and 10 now. Lampkin's offense back in business. Remmer's the right side, but bottled up quickly. Penetration coming across the line fast for the Bulldogs. So basically no gain on the play. Quickly there, Gage Hood, 59. I think also 52. Ty Morton were in there. But good play recognition that time by the defense. So 2nd and 10 now, Lampkins. Being nice and deliberate, though. That's one thing I liked. It's how you run a lead. Iverson takes it deep to the end zone of the corner. One man to beat. Sagan goes over the top of the defensive back and pulls it down. And
that's a touchdown.
He got it. I was very surprised there wasn't offensive pass interference.
Yeah, he might have used him like a ladder.
Yes, he did. Because the defensive back got underneath him. The Brighton coaches, understandably, a little exercise, a great athletic play by a second, no doubt about that. Touchdown.
Again, he hasn't played football long enough. He may not know you can't do that, but
well,
he got away with it.
Yeah.
You know what I loved about it? He turned around, he saw the ball, he made a plan on how he was going to catch that ball.
Well, and the footwork and the athletic ability to get up there in the air, the defensive back basically did everything he could.
Boy, he's a weapon this year, isn't he?
Yep. Snap low one again, handled. McGraw, though, sneaks it through the left corner of the uprights, and the Lampkins lead. Homecoming night for the Lampkins. They're up 21-0.
There's the fight song.
Fort Collins, the oldest high school here in Colorado, or in Fort Collins, Colorado, excuse me, one of the northern Colorado, too. The flagship of Poudre School District. And I'll tell you what, if we get a shot of that north end zone through the uprights, Grace, some of the improvements here, and you see the French Field up there in the new
wrap. I did see that.
And up here on the stands behind us on both sides, a little wind block up there is Poudre School District. That same thing will happen to the north end zone. And the interesting thing about it is that this was supposed to be done before the season started up here, but a couple of hurricanes down in Florida kind of delayed shipping, and they were stuck down there. I was talking to Russ McKinstry, the athletic director for the district, and that's why, one, we've got them this late, and why they didn't all get here at the same time. So more to come, but just sprucing up the old lady here at French Field. Great facility, served a lot of teams, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's more lines on there than on my face, so...
I'm just going to let that one go.
Hey.
Being a man of the same age, pretty much. Of considerable mileage that we are.
Yeah, but I think you've had a nip and a tuck. So.
yeah, that's it. So Pooch kick going down. Nice job by Brighton coming and covering it, and teammates alertly getting right on top of him.
And I'll tell you what, giving them that kind of field position, I still don't get it.
Yeah, there's a little risk with it. So 1st and 10, Brighton. 21-0 they're down, but there's still 9:40 left here in the first half.
Yeah, they're still in shell shock, but they really
need a game to play.
They need to move the ball. That's the first thing they need to do.
Well, and Coffin he's had some throws that have been in the area, but they just haven't had that big play yet. Trips to the top of your screen, split single side here near us. Snap down. Coffin fires, and the slant receiver's got his man. And I think the biggest gaining play so far.
Yeah, that's a great call, by the coach.
Well, that underneath slant there, you're right, Coach Pelton and his staff hit Aiden Franklin there, the sophomore wide receiver. Big target there. I would expect him and Coffin to have numbers for the next couple of years. And like you said, a good call. He catches it on the run, gets it turned upfield. And they look to get across midfield for basically the first time tonight on offense. So pistol formation, twin receivers both sides. Lampkin's 3 down linemen.
Coffin having a good year throwing the ball.
Toss left. Picking his way upfield, going down. About to the right at midfield. Just short of it on the spot. Ramirez again on the carry, and that's kind of one of the things, as you said, they've got to get some rhythm going. They need to have some things happen on offense. Ramirez starting out a good year rushing and catching the ball from Coffin. They've got to get themselves on track.
Ramirez at over 300 yards rushing for the season, averaging almost 5 yards a carry. So
capable.
That's certainly a weapon.
Taking it downfield. He's got the man open now, and he kind of looked back, didn't he?
Yeah, he slowed down, or he might have been there.
Yeah, because he had the step and looked back. Coffin laid it out there for him, and that's just a timing thing. Like I say, once again, I believe that was intended for 88. Yeah, it was out there. The sophomore receiver, Franklin.
And he'll learn that, you slow down for 5 steps. That's all it takes for an incomplete pass.
Yeah, because he was just getting to turn there, and it was the timing.
His man beat.
So the incompletion brings up a long 3rd and 8. They need to get down to the 43-yard line of the Lampkins. Coffin fires, but this is going to be high and wide, intended over there to number 3, Mason Kroll. And so close to midfield, but not quite there. They're going to have to kick it away, Randy.
Well, the one good thing, if you're looking for positives, they're going to turn the field finally, and they're going to make
Lampkins, hopefully.
Yeah, unless.
Well, they've had punting issues.
Yeah. I think I'd be watching my backside there.
Shea Wind is down to receive it on about his 15. No rush. Plenty of time, end over end, rugby style, caught at the 15.
Nice. And a block in the back to boot.
I think the side judge over there, the head linesman on the far side, I think he threw the breaking ball that time because his flag went about 20 yards to the left.
Yeah, that was.
I think he just wanted to get it out, didn't he? Because that was a chuck. But the back judge saw right away. So a nice tackle downfield. At the same time, there's a illegal use of hands. And he's going to, it's not a good tackle on the 16-yard line. That's going to move the Lampkins back even further. So a chance now for the Bulldog defense, to bottle them up a little bit, and then they get the punt. Like I say, this is how you play the game now. We got to win this quarter. They're down 7-0 the way you got to go, and we've got to find their way back.
Or a turnover would be nice here, too, if you're a Bulldog fan.
Pistol formation now.
See in the background the soccer net shows you all the games that are played here in the.
I thought the math was wrong there. Okay, I didn't want to give the officials a bad time. They didn't make it count. They did correct it, moved it back.
We don't have our mathematician over there tonight, do we?
No, we don't. Patrick is not in the house. The pride of Weber. So 1st and 10 now. Lampkins on their own about 8.5-yard line. Motion, strong side, jet sweep given. Turns upfield, makes a couple moves. Nice run, gets out near the 14, 15-yard line. So McGuire there, the junior, John McGuire on the carry, number 9. It's kind of a gutsy call too, Randy, because the speed rush, you're trying to take advantage of something you're seeing defensively. Because Brighton's had a lot of guys up on the line for about every play. They got 5 guys with a hand down or almost on every play. Crowding it. Remmer's backside trap.
Oh.
Yeah. Big old number 15 there. Ian Helwick again.
Big boy got that.
Yeah.
He swallowed him up, didn't he?
He got off that block and showed great feet. Didn't let the blocker get near his knees, and that's how you draw it up on defensive end play. Great shot.
Number was that?
Number 15 right there on your screen. Yeah.
Ian Helwick.
Yeah, that was a football play right there.
Yeah.
Remmers looked around. That's all you could see was a big screen view of 1-5.
And unfortunately, on our roster, they don't have height and weight, but
6'4", 230, 225-ish.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and
athletic, all those things you really kind of want to be.
Throw that out there. All the things I'm not.
High snap. Iverson on the quarterback sneak, reaches out, very close. Boy, I tell you what, just to get positive yardage there was a pretty good run. But it looks like he's going to be short. Yep, they're about a yard short, so punting formation. And a nice job by the Bulldog defense.
You know, as much as Coach Rice takes chances, you know, with a 21-point lead, you don't want to give Brighton any opportunities at this point, do you, for short field position or – because, you know, the same thing can happen for Brighton that's happened for Fort Collins. They can turn around and score 3 quick touchdowns.
All you got to be is in sports long enough to know that, don't you?
Yeah, we've seen it plenty of times here at French Field.
Twin safeties back.
Leads have gone away.
Motion on the play, so Lampkin's moving their punt formation back. Snap was low. Lucky of them, no rush. End over end is going to be taken. Short kick. Ramirez kicks at the 50 down to the 45.
And there's going to be a block in the back.
I think it was just a marker by the back judge. Just
okay.
Just the spot caught by the ball.
He's just on autopilot there, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, I mean, because the Lampkins
it's a punt. I got to be throwing something.
Like I say, the snap was a 1 and a 2.5 hopper there, and nice composure by the punters, not seeing a rush. Got it downfield, but first time now starting field position for the Bulldogs on the Lampkin side of the field at the 45. Coffin throws the long out. Nice throw and catch.
Yeah, that was a good timing pattern.
That really was. The takeoff, and Drake Cortez is the receiver there, the junior. His footwork. We talk about those long passes. That's a 25-yard toss before it's caught. 5:58 left here in the half. And his footwork is because that you've got to do that. You got to be able to step into that ball, otherwise it hangs out there, and we know where those go.
If I'm Brighton, I'd like to see a little more of the controlled passing. You know, they got big like yardage on a slant, but they keep wanting to go for all of it, and it's just not there.
Yeah. Well, and the timing, you can tell the timing really isn't there because the ball and the receiver are not.
You know, 2nd and 1, I guess you go for it, but I don't know. I think I'd want to get a first down here, and you know, they need to complete some passes. They need to have some runs.
Well, their defense is doing a nice job this quarter. You know, they gave up the long touchdown pass there that, with a little bit of argument, you can say that was a great athletic play, but nothing called, and gotten them off the field the last couple times. Now they need to take advantage on offense. They don't want to go in the locker room down 21-0. You know, great half negated. Ramirez piles up the middle. Offensive line just surges. One of those right foot and left foot spots. Depends what the line judge does. Looks like he crossed it.
Got a score update here. Loveland up 28-0 over Mountain View. And I'll tell you what, they're just a steamrolling people, aren't they?
Yeah. And first down. Got it.
And again, Loveland, not just with their offense, they're not really allowing anybody to score either.
No. Well, and what with that kind of speed, like what they did last week up here at French Field against Collins, if you get somebody down quickly, how do you stay in your game? How could who replies to that kind of a scoring fest? All out blitz this time taken. Nice job, Coffin.
Boy, gets by one guy and he's.
Yeah. Well, that was just pretty much a jailbreak. I like the call. Lampkins brought the house, but Coffin, credit to him, his composure, hit the short out. Hits number 88 again.
Yeah, more the controlled passing attack, which again they've done a good job with that, but they've gone for it all several times now. And
Franklin on the catch again, and we got a flag from the back. We got an illegal substitution. It's going to be on Fort Collins.
So somebody was running off or on at the wrong time.
They broke the huddle and just a poor time to have that happen for sure. Make it 1st and 5. Gets the ball downside the 18. Referee winds the clock now. 5:10 to play. Plenty of time.
Brighton deep in Collins territory. They really need a touchdown here.
Coffin rolls to his right. Looks towards the end zone.
He's got to get rid of that ball.
Yeah, you're right. And a great job. Just a great hustle play. Yep. Number 99. I just want to make sure I got the right number. Dave Sappa, the sophomore. That was a pretty incredible play. Because the big guy ran the quarterback down, and as he got there, he had his hands up, didn't he? He said, okay, you're squeezing, there's nowhere you're going to go. He got his hands in the air, didn't even give a chance to get rid of it. Excellent play.
The junior quarterback, though, you know as well as I do. Of course, he didn't lose too much, but
lost about 4.
Yeah, because
penalty.
They had just got the penalty.
Coffin there over the middle again, throws it into traffic, gets picked off. On the carom, in the backside, safety grabs it, heads upfield. McCallum Moore's got the edge. He's a speedster. Takes it out past near the 30-yard line. And that ball was thrown into traffic, Randy.
Yeah,
and it went right out, and nobody was really looking towards it. These timing patterns right now, beyond 10 yards downfield, are really out of sync for the Bulldogs. Big break for the Lambkins D, and Moore takes it out.
Another update here. Score, Windsor 14, Grand Junction 7. That game is on Stream and Sports as well. Eric Freehoff, Cody McCoy on the call. You can open up both 2 devices or two tabs on 1 device, but you watch it on your iPad and your phone and watch both games. That's what my lovely wife is doing tonight.
Fumbles on the ground. Still live ball.
Brighton really.
Big chance there. No matter what, it's going to be a loss, a huge loss. It's just on the mesh, but Brighton blitzed right into it. They're tired of waiting on defense, I think.
I tell you what, that's the break Brighton needed, wasn't it?
It really was. They forced the play, got the big fumble. They even had 2 bites at that apple and didn't get it.
Speaking of apples, I had a good apple for lunch today.
It's Honeycrisp season.
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you what, they're good.
So this one, you go to your calling sheet, and what do you call for second and a long 24? Need to get it out to your own 41. Don't need all of it here, but boy, they'd like to be able to punt across midfield, wouldn't they?
It would be nice.
Roll to his left. Iverson fires the man over the middle, just a little outside. Nice job there, too, getting into the hook zone. Linebackers for Brighton kind of squeezed down that little narrow spot that he tried to throw in, trying to hit his receiver, number 38, as he just kind of sat in that little hook zone. Oliver Hunzinger just a little off target and incomplete. Nice job over here tonight. Lambkins representing on homecoming. Great crowd starting to applaud their band who's assembling for the halftime show. And the home team leads 21-0.
Great homecoming game so far.
High snap, jet sweep taken. Flag on the other side, though. I think we're going to get a procedure call. I don't know if there's a fumble there or if he just got thrown back.
Unfortunately,
Sega just picked up and tossed.
Well, what you said, you know, he just doesn't know how to go down, and sometimes you get extra hits that you.
Yeah.
And that was the case there.
Discretion being the better part of valor. Still sorting out the penalty. Procedure call against the Lambkins. Of course, Brighton's going to decline that because there's actually maybe a loss on the play or so. Just either way brings up 4th and a long time.
Getting some juicy nougats from our executive producer.
The Godfather.
Mr. Phil Mildren. Runs
High
this whole operation. Nice
Decent punt comes up midfield.
I don't know what happened there.
Well, they tried to call the fair catch, and the blocker, two Bulldogs came into the picture closer to the receiver than the actual Lampkin was. So there's not going to be any interference of a fair catch. And I couldn't tell. The ball really went downfield fast, so maybe he touched it or he didn't know. But the smart thing is you take the play yourself and go get it covered. So they're going to start on their own 38-yard line. 2:32 left here. Still trailing. So 1st and 10 now. We'll see if how Coffin comes back.
A lot of excitement over here right now because you got the band down there and making announcements about homecoming, and
we'll bring that to you here. Stay tuned. You'll be able to see them live on your screen. We'll make sure that halftime activities get out there. If we're doing some royalty.
Not sure what.
Well, it had to be after the play, or it could have actually been on the. Actually, I think it was on the kick. So they call the penalty on the kick, and it's after the end of the run. So ball now moved up. 46-yard line. Back to throw. Blitz coming. Screen set up. Ramirez on the outside. Breaks one tackle down the sideline, Randy.
Oh, boy.
That's what you do. You get behind your pads. That was a nice run.
That's a nice run. But
a very good hit coming up from the secondary.
Any tackle by a secondary is a good tackle, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, he got low. He said, you know what? The only way I'm going to bring this guy down is.
Yeah, and he did. Boy, he got under his pads, and that's tough to do.
I mean, I bet you neither one of those guys was more than a foot off the ground than where their head was.
Coffin throws the slant, hits his man right in the middle, breaks the tackle or two, heads upfield still inside the 30. Nice catch and run that time, Zachary McCormick, number 13.
Well, they've got the athletes to do this, so they've just got to calm down.
Well, I think, as you're saying before, too, to get the routes that are being called, more possession routes, crossing where the receiver's actually looking back. The back shoulder of the deep throws haven't really worked as much. Once again, uncovered to the outside. And what I liked about there, Coffin got that out of his hands right away, didn't he? I mean, he caught that and the ball was moving. Great footwork. Wouldn't be surprised to see Lampkins take a timeout here.
Stop
1:59 to play. Well, yeah, just to kind of take a breath here because their defense, you get that high and the low for being ahead so quickly. Now the other team's starting to feel their side. Blitz coming again. Breaks containment. Nobody on the left side. Easy first down. Runs it out of bounds. Stops the clock. Nice play.
Let me tell you, folks, running backs get all the glory because they run the ball. Mr. Ramirez made a great
block. Yeah, he really did.
On the blitzer. And, you look at even the NFL, you wonder why some guys don't play. Well, their quarterback's been killed about 10 times because they don't know how to block that.
Pick up the blitz. Yep, pass pro. 1st and 10 now. Biggest drive tonight for the Bulldogs. Fires it over the middle, right into traffic. Caught about the 5-yard line.
Last time he threw that, it was picked off. So threw it into double coverage, really trusting his receiver there. Have some amusement from our executive producer on that last punt call where they put the ball in 2 different places.
Yeah.
And we really still don't know why they did that. But
Troy Connell on the catch there, number 87, lobs up in the end zone, far side, touchdown, Bulldogs. That time the called play worked.
Boy,
you might want to call that a little bit of a pick play.
I didn't even see where he was at, man. He was in that Coffin corner.
Threw it to the corner there. You get that outside receiver cutting underneath. It gives a little separation to the defensive back. It's like as long as they don't throw a block into that downfield DB, it's clean. But, boy, that's the old rub, the pick, whatever you want to call it, worked that time. And that might want to say it's even up here on end zone plays being not called.
I was going to say.
So Bulldogs on the board here before the end of the half.
And offsides, or who knows.
A little bit of everything there.
Windsor up 21-7. That's their homecoming game over there too, David. So
nice night in Northern Colorado. Going to be encroachment on the defense.
A little crispy out too. Eric and Cody don't have the
luxury of the press box like we got.
Yeah, they're dressed. 52 degrees currently.
Good for those young guys.
Yeah, but folks, it's pleasant. I'll tell you what. 52 here is a nice temperature.
Yeah, great night for players. Snap is up. Nice kick.
Boy, what leg.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that in a field goal later on tonight.
Yeah, that was driven deep. So Brighton takes advantage of a couple mistakes and a nice little drive. The passing game started to click a little bit there, take it down 21-7. They're on the board with 1:18 left.
Brighton needed that really bad because they need to feel like they're in this game, and they are in this game. I mean, you take away, I mean, the punt return counts for points, but in some ways that's a fluke play, you know. It's you know.
Well, it's that great bonus because all of a sudden this whole side of the field is energized.
Right.
You know, the punt return, the kick return.
But that's what you got to tell your team if you're Brighton. You come back and say, guys, this is a 14-7 lead. You know, we were sleeping on the first kickoff. I mean, that's what the coach has got to tell his Bulldogs. You know, you take those two away, it's a tie ball game.
Now, and Collins is going to go in and say, okay, listen, we played kind of a flat second quarter. That's a pretty good football team over there. We've got to come to play in the second half, and I'm sure they will.
They've won 2 games just the same as we have.
Squib kick hits the man right up front. Picked up by Brighton on the air.
Oh, my God.
Running downfield. Oh, my gosh. Tell you what, if he doesn't run in his own guy, Randy, he might have been inside the 30.
One good fluke deserves another, doesn't it?
Just a squib kick. Went right into one of the up men for the Lampkins.
You'd swear they drew it up just like it, and I turned away, didn't even see it. I just saw the guy.
It wasn't an onside kick. It was driven hard. Okay, now they're going to explain because the ball's coming back up here. There must have been a.
You can't pick it up and run with it, or knee hit the ground, or.
No, it had to be a can't pick up and run. So that's unfortunate for Brighton, but either way, they got the onside, the accidental onside, 1st and 10, 48-yard line of the Lampkins.
And they've got all the momentum right now, too.
Minute 14 left. Coffin back, trying to get it all back right now. Throws in the single coverage down the side.
Picked off.
Interception. And a great play on this sideline here. The corner. And that's number 4, Shea Wind, who had the big punt return earlier. But Randy, what he did, he got underneath the receiver. The ball was thrown inside, not outside, not long. You know, and he just stayed right there, and the receiver couldn't do anything. The receiver didn't get on top of him enough to even play defense.
Well, Brighton
just a great athletic play.
They went away from what they've been doing to get down the field now. They went back to the long ball, and, you know, you get addicted to that long ball.
Yeah.
And they haven't completed one yet, and they've thrown 2 picks.
Not close either, unfortunately. And that ball there by Coffin, like I say, is underthrown and inside. You need to take that to the sideline, let your bigger receiver have a chance.
Oh, I love that stuff in the middle they were throwing. And anyway.
Turnover. Lampkins take advantage of it, get the ball back. I formation, remember, straight up the middle. Actually, that's Wind.
Brighton had a great opportunity to, you know, pull this within 7 right there.
Well, that makes the second half a whole lot more interesting, too. And you can see you get that early lead. It's easy to see why Lampkins lose a little bit of focus. They're not playing. They're playing a pretty good opponent over there.
Yeah.
And it started to show here in the second half, second quarter, where it's pretty much been even up.
Brighton's just got to be more patient on their offense.
Yep. 32 seconds left here to play.
I mean, they got a nice runner back there, and
give the fullback.
Defense.
Brighton's doing a nice job of trying to stand him up and rip the ball out.
And they're going to let the clock run.
Well, I think that's a smart thing to do. You're clear down here in your own shadow of your own goalpost. Just give it to Vagasser, and he had a chance to, like I say, just a low impact kind of run.
Brighton's going to be limping a little bit. Many times they shot themselves in the foot there in the second quarter with two picks.
Well, both these teams are going to the locker room and say, okay, we've got things we got to work on. So after one half, though, the huge start with 2 special teams touchdowns by the Lampkins, they lead 21-7 here at homecoming. You're watching Stream It Sports. Watch now the Lampkins band here at halftime, and we'll be back.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
So we're back here for the halftime festivities. The Purple Regiment Band going to make their appearance this year. So enjoy. And we'll be back with you in a bit.
Bring you selections from the American Western. Tonight the band will be performing the themes from Silverado and the Magnificent Seven. Drum Majors, is the band ready? You may take the field in performance. Not too bad. As we get ready to announce our homecoming royalty, we'd like to take this opportunity to welcome home our Fort Collins High School alumni. Alumni, if you're in the stands, please raise your hand and wave. Welcome home, alumni. This graduate of the class of 1988 is proud that y'all come home.
They didn't count on it being cold.
Now it's time to present our 2017 Fort Collins High School Royalty Court. These students were nominated by their classmates and have proven to be an incredible group. The nominees for this year's Count and Countess of the freshman class are David Augustine, she likes pizza, playing tennis, and Maddie Hallison. Maddie's favorite food is ice cream and she enjoys skiing. Next up from the freshman class are Jack Crosby and Gabriella Stroh. Jack plays soccer and basketball, and his favorite food is ice cream. Gabby puts Sarasa on everything and has a collection of 43 rubber ducks. Also up for counting counters are Mr. Patrick Humpel and Tinkin Yurt. Patrick plays basketball, and his favorite color is blue. Tinkin Yurt, her favorite color is also blue, and she has one pet dog. Your 2017 Countess is Tinkin Yurt. Your 2017 Count is Mr. Jack Crosby. Now up, your nominees for this year's Duke and Duchess of the sophomore class. First up, Mr. McCaden Arad and Amber Dynas. McCaden enjoys dogs and theater and is an excellent AP student. Amber plays soccer and wishes she had a pet mama. Don't we all? Next up, Mr. Alex Lipker. He's escorting Miss Emma Owens. Alex is the vice president of the FCCLA and has a pet chicken named Omelet. Emma likes fruit snacks and she also enjoys swimming. Last up for Duke and Duchess are Sam Goldstein and Brooke Steckman. Sam owns a hairless cat and a dog named Winston. Brooke has a pilot's license and loves ice cream. Your 2017 Duchess is Emma Owens. And your 2017 Duke is Mr. Sam Tolleson. Next up are our junior class nominees for Prince and Princess. 3. He's escorting Miss Paige Elliott. Anthony plays soccer for the Colorado Rapids DA for the last 3 years. He has a brother serving in the Army and in the Marines, and a sister going into the Army as well. Thank you, Creek family. Paige can make a 3-leaf clover with her tongue, and her ankle pops every time she walks. She was also on time for AP Psych this morning. Very exciting. Next up, Michael Rivers will be escorting Carly Rockwell. Michael Rivers, he likes long walks on the beach with Colin Siegfried, and he loves rain. Carly has a dog named Puddle, and she can still draw the DTM from AP Human Geography. Nice job, Carly. Your last couple up for Prince and Princess are Colin Siegfried, escorting this Terran Seba. Colin loves long walks on the beach with Michael and loves rainy days. Terran loves coffee and is the most awesome co-president of the best club ever, Amnesty International. This week, Amnesty is selling coffee this week and next week to help victims of the hurricane. $2. Please buy coffee in order to help these hurricane relief efforts. Your 2017 Princess is Miss Karen Siva! And your 2017 Prince is Mr. Anthony Priest. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. At this time, we'd like to recognize this year's 2017 Fort Collins High School Senior Royalty Court. Our first couple is Mr. Aiden Murray escorting Maggie Haberling. Aiden is the son of John and Michelle Murray. Aiden is our student body president. He's involved in wrestling, peer counseling, and student council. Aiden is a 4-year academic letter winner and 4-year varsity wrestler. We'd like to give a favorite shout out to his favorite teacher, Mr. Craig Rhodes, who's in attendance tonight. After high school, Aiden plans to attend a 4-year university and study sports marketing. Maggie is the daughter of Chuck Hibberling and Julie Brockway. She's the president of the Flytime Club as well as vice president of the Math Honor Society. She's involved in NHS and Science National Honor Society. She's a 4-year letter winner in swimming, a 1st-year letter winner in cross country, a 2nd-year letter winner in track, and also does CrossFit. After high school, Maggie plans to attend the United States Service Academy, studying aerospace engineering. Upon graduating, she wants to become a naval aviator. Woo! Great job, you. All right, our second couple is Noah Payne and Jennerina Shurpanaka. Call her Jenny. Noah is the first son of Monty and Deanna Payne, both Lambtons. He's a part of the Amnesty International Human Rights Club and is currently performing in Tower Theater's production of the complete works of William Shakespeare Abridged. After high school, he's planning on going to college and to receive a major in music theater. Jen is the daughter of Matt and Joanne Triparaka. Jen is involved with Cheers, Science National Honor Society, BCA, that's the Bioscience Academy, the Asian Student Society. After school, she plans on studying microbiology and biomedical science. Our final senior couple is Alexander Stabley and Maya Swanson. Alexander Alexander is the son of Mike and Jan Snavely. He's involved in soccer and track and field. He is a 3-year letter winner in soccer and a first-year varsity letter in track and field. After high school, Alexander will play collegiate soccer. Maya is the daughter of Ken and Susan Swanson. Maya is involved with the soccer and basketball, and she has lettered all 3 years for both. She's also a peer counselor. After graduation, Maya hopes to become an elementary special education teacher and do missions to work in other countries. What an amazing senior court. Let's give him a hand before I give him an announcement. Impressive group of young people. Impressive group. All right, here it is. Your 2017 homecoming queen is Miss Maggie Heberly. And your 2017 homecoming king, Mr. Noah King. Beautiful night tomorrow night at the dance. Please plan on attending starting at 8 p.m. Let's give a big round of applause to all the homecoming royalty.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Back here for the second half. Randy McCoy, David Haase here with you.
Great halftime show there. Grace Reeder doing a great job on camera for us,
Grace.
getting in that royalty and the band, the Marching Purple Regiment out there.
If I look at this game, I would say, you know, Fort Collins was fortunate to start, but if I'm Brighton coach, you know, you got to be more patient. You know, we were talking even some of the coaches up here, so you got to be more patient with that offense because there's places to gain yardage.
Yeah, they've done some nice things.
But you keep trying to throw that ball downfield, and you might get 1 out of 10, but you may be out of the game by then.
Well, Coffin's done a nice job of keeping those intermediate routes and hitting them. Collins, they had that. It's you'd always take getting a special teams touchdown anytime you can, up 14-0. Who would turn that down? And then the other part of that, now you got to coach your kids back into that. They come off that huge high, emotionally as the game gets going. So to start the second half, they're going to kick off. Brighton gets the ball, and they ended the first half with some pluses on offense. 1 touchdown to show for it, so Lamb can still lead. Turn and kick deep, taken at the 8-yard line by the Bulldogs. Runs into a couple people outside. He's got an edge. Nice move.
I'll tell you what.
And a great tackle there. Nice job for the Lampkins, number 24, Aaron Van Meter.
He was one man away from breaking it, wasn't he?
Well, and that's what Van Meter gets the plus for there. Nice
Cortez.
job. Yeah, he's got some wheels too.
Cortez Jr.
Well, Van Meter did exactly what you got to do. He kept outside leverage. He did not let him go, and he forced him back in and made him trip him up. That's where his help was at. So great play, special teams, ball inside the 30. So Coffin back in the pistol formation. Twins both sides split. Screen pass left. That was a good catch. I thought it hit the ground.
Hanging on to some blocks there. Got some scores for you, David. Windsor's up 21-7 at half. Loveland up 35-0. No surprise there.
Cruising, aren't they?
And Horizon's up over Rocky. Our latest score 17-3. Lobos need to get something going there, but Horizon's always a tough team. You got to go there and play.
That's one of those home and home games there. It seems like every year for Rocky and Horizon. Trips top your screen after the gain of 4 on first down. Coffin fires that out. Oh, tell you what. Somebody had a beat on that one. Will Lampiers, the junior safety, come up and slant up. That had ball been down in the numbers, it'd be just getting into the south end zone about now for a pick 6.
Well, I tell you what, that was one of those that could have been big plays both ways because
if you miss it,
13 catch, it's within his range. He could have caught it. He'd have had some yards too.
So third down, trips again to the top.
Zachary McCormick.
Quick throw right over the middle. There it is. That's the play they had some success for, and Lamb's going to have to start getting underneath that. You got a big target there. Number 87, the tight end, had some catches. Troy Coronel. That's the place. That's tough to defend too because you got a bigger player. Keeps his body between the ball and the defender. That's you're gonna have to get either a linebacker stepping underneath that, or a safety playing closer to the line. Coffin quickly again spins out the throw and sideline. But they're just, it's one of those, like I said, matter of inches that they had him maybe for no gain, spins out of the tackle, goes downfield. Nearly first down yardage. Look at the Bulldogs playing a little up tempo. Back on the line. Trying to get that pace going here, try to get that spark they need. Lampkins looking for the stop here, second and short. 4 down lineman. Another slant again, just pitch and catch.
Boy, that's a good-looking receiver.
Well, and 88, the sophomore, then he's had several catches just in that same type of throw.
Aiden Franklin.
Yep.
He just looks like a wide receiver, doesn't he?
Well, and as you look at that play, like I say, they drive off the 2 inside receivers with that 2 high safety. Basically, you call it the Tampa 2. You're playing a 4-5-2 look, or the outside corners are on the man. That's very tough to defend.
There's an open space right over the linebackers, right?
Yep. Somebody's got to turn and look when you get the trips to that side. That's just going to be where you're going to have to find that receiver coming to you and get in that hook zone. 1st and 10 now. Bulldogs on the drive. Once again, pass quickly out of the hands. Ramirez on the catch on the outside. Goes forward for about 5.
Old man tackled him there.
Yep. Kind of bounced off his own people there. But one thing I
like that play.
Yeah, well, Coffin get the ball out of his hand, didn't he?
I like that play because that's going to break. You run that a couple times. He's a good enough athlete that he's going to break that for some bigger yards.
Yeah, you got to get it to him early. Give him a chance. Trips near side again. 2nd and 7 now. Bulldogs, like I say, basically going without a huddle, just getting to the line of scrimmage. Sure, that was a halftime adjustment they wanted to make. Nice job on the push. This time, Coffin's got to run around. He's in a bad place to be, and it just alertly throws it over his receiver's head. No grounding call. Forced him out of the pocket. Back here now live. Had a little technical difficulties. Lampkin's on the drive. Got one first down, 2nd and 6 now. Short pass from Iverson here to the near sideline. Takes it to 3rd down, sorry. Brighton kind of had a chance to drive it down last there, Randy, and just misfired on a couple of throws. So they turned it over on downs at their own 33. 21-7 now, still the same score at halftime. Lampkin scored early and often. Punt return, kick return. Had one drive and the touchdown pass. Iverson now in the quarterback draw straight up the middle field. Gets the line to gain smartly, slides down near the 45-yard line. 1st down, Lampkins.
He's getting smart, isn't he?
Yeah, good heads-up play there. Sophomore really growing into the position, isn't he? Well, and now's that time, that big offensive line, that physicality, the Lampkins, they just need to kind of establish the run, open up a little bit of those passing lanes if you need to for the short stuff, but have a chance now for the clock to run in their favor. 7:28 left here in the 3rd. Toss here near sideline. And there's a smart play by Remmers, too, running back. Actually, just turns it in there. Shea Wynn has been a running back now for 2 or 3 series, Randy. So I don't know if Remmers has been hurt, but we'll try to find out what we got there. And probably just a rotation. But he did a nice job after he took the pitch. He could have gone out of bounds, a little bit more of a push, and just basically took it to the turf. No gain on the play, but the clock is running. And it won't take too long now for the clock to become kind of an adversary also against the Bulldogs.
Well, now you can't say they haven't had any opportunities because they've had their opportunities. Oh.
Tried to get.
There was a day that young man would have got hit.
Yeah. And it wasn't many ago. But smart play over there, too. Number 35, he came along out there. He saw the play coming. And that's twice now Iverson's thrown to the short side and didn't flip his feet. You got to get it out. It's a short. It's almost like throwing a dart. And didn't flip his feet there. And credit again Nathan Baca, 35, for not just putting the lights out.
Yeah,
because
he could have.
Because Wind was exposed there, and it's just smart. And it's the way you play the game now. And that's a smart play. And they got the incompletion. But you need to see how that ball's got to get out of your hand faster. Give your receiver a chance. Fake on the quarterback draw. It comes a corner. He makes it to the outside. Shucks a couple of tacklers. And gets across the 40 inside the 35 to the 33. Iverson calling his own number there and finishing it. Big first down for the Lampkins. Down well into Bulldog territory.
Okay, we're off right now.
Back on now. Iverson gives straight up the middle. Straight ISO play. Wind again driving forward. And that's just the power football you kind of expect to see from the Lampkins, taking it straight downfield. Use that big line in front of you. Use the big guys. Get behind Piotrowski, 66, 78, Quay McClaney, Josh Leone. Just follow those guys through. Jack Pedersen, 96, on tight end side. He's basically very athletic tackles what he is. Just another big fellow there. You can pound and wear that defense down. 2nd and 5 now for the Lampkins. Toss right side into the boundary. Wynn spins out of one tackle, still goes forward. Tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, doesn't get there. Pretty good run, just only lose 2 yards. So now one of those decision kind of runs. Like I said, they've gone a little conservative here. 5:15 left here in the 3rd. You want to be smart with the ball. You want to take care of the ball. You're down in the territory, though, where one more score would really make this game tough for the Bulldogs to come back. Folks,
you wouldn't believe what we just did on the computer while I'm sitting here. And we're back on the recorded part. We've been live, but our recording went down. So if you're watching this after the fact, whoa!
Iverson put some heat on that one, but McGuire was still turning into the route, and it went off the safety's hands. He'll bring up 4th.
What I'm trying to say, if you're watching the on-demand version, we had a little glitch in the recording, and we're back. Didn't miss anything, and it's still 21-7. Randy McCoy, David Haase here with you.
See the special teams going out there for the Lampkins. McGraw going out, so we're going to have a field goal attempt. Wouldn't be the craziest place in the world to run a fake. McGraw, though, plenty of leg there.
I'd almost guarantee he's going to run a fake.
It's going to be a 47, maybe 48-yarder. Long kick on a cool night.
And
Brighton's got one player back in the end zone. Kick is up. It's got to have to get there, though. It's going to be taken in the end zone. Actually, it's a touchback. So
he wanted to run it back.
Yes, he did. For Brighton, that's a pretty good idea. That got him out. That could have been a safety, if anything else. So the kick doesn't carry, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 20.
Again, we have a halftime score here. Horizon up on Rocky, 17-3. So Lobos need to
find the end zone down there.
Find some scoring. With the big upset last week over Poudre, it'd be tough to go down here.
A little bit of come down, yeah. So trips the top of your screen. Coffin, Ramirez behind him in the pistol formation. Lampkin still doing the picket line of linebackers, defensive backs along the outside. And the bubble screens tonight, both teams are really slow in developing these, and they've got to fake and take one downfield because everybody's coming up and threw that ball high. And the receiver, and I'm pretty sure that was number 87, who's had
13.
Was it 13?
Yeah, McCormick.
He went up high for that one. He was exposed and took it. Just a good hard tackle, but still a shot.
He's just getting some air.
Yep.
He's
pretty much a football play there. He's sitting up. He's talking to the trainers, and it's one of those you just want the pain to go out of you and the air to come back.
So we talked a little bit about last week, a huge upset, Rocky Mountain over Poudre, and we were here to see that. And tell you what, that was I think it was a shock for Poudre for one thing, and might do them some good.
Well, you one of those things, you get to that 5th game of the year. That's always been my barometer for high school football. And like I say, Poudre, the teams they played were 2-7. Rocky played teams that were 6-2 and 2 top 10 teams. So you're not sure who was the better, who was the worst there coming into the game. And as we saw, Rocky on top of them right away, took them out of their game. But tonight, playing a pretty tough Horizon team, having a tough go of it down there. Screen pass out to the right side. Ramirez dragging bodies, 1st down yardage, and still going. Popped out of the pile, up past the 35, near the 40.
I think you got to get the ball in that young man's hands.
Yeah, that was quite the play there. I think everybody had him down there. Looked like a scrum just about to go out of bounds. All of a sudden, he popped out for another 7-8 yards.
Boy, look at number 79 right there. He's as wide as he is tall, isn't he?
Yeah. Follow that man. So 1st and 10, Bulldogs. Quick snap, slant play again. Caught him on the run. Number 88. I mean, those patterns.
That's going to break, but I keep telling you.
Aiden Franklin again with the catch ran in.
They're not quite leading. The timing is just slightly off.
Somebody's got to sit down on that route because they keep giving it to them. They run off, the 2 inside receivers run off out of that trips formation. He's just the outside receiver doing a drag pattern. That's good for 12 about every time they catch it. Ramirez on the read option this time, runs up the middle, steps out of a couple tackles. He's in the open. Coffin's downfield blocking for him. He steps out another tackle.
He's going to finally, Brighton is finally going to break one.
I'm looking for anybody on the field. No flags. 52-yard touchdown run by Ramirez.
What a run, too. I mean, that was not your ordinary run.
No, he broke 5 or 6 tackles there, and say the quit on this drive certainly.
You know what else I liked? His buddy was running right there with him, wasn't he?
Well, that was the quarterback. That was Coffin, number 12. He got downfield to get part of the play. That's your hustle award right there, isn't it?
He says, we're going to get this close. I'm going to get down here and be a part of it.
Yeah, let's all make sure. Yeah. Got a Lampkin player down the field right now, some cramps. McKalen Moore down there being tended to.
And if you're
Brighton right now,
that's just kind of a big sigh of relief. You know, we actually can get in the end zone.
Mm-hmm. Some more is up walking off. He cramped up. Doesn't have to be 100 degrees to get cramps. It's this cool air is still just as dry. So Brighton with a chance here to get within a single score. Low snap. And that's a nice job by the kicker there, Randy, because that was a low snap, and he kind of adjusted and just chipped it up there. That's experience showing there. James Thomas, the freshman kicker. That's a pretty good leg for a freshman.
No, he looks good. And they may need him towards the end of the game here. Looks to me like this could be a field goal game.
Well, now it's time for the Lampkins offense to answer. They need to stay on the field. They need to go down. You know, the last drive entered in a long field goal attempt that wasn't successful.
And Fort Collins has, been kind of flat since that first quarter.
Well, it's so tough not to come down from that high of big special teams plays.
Windsor's really pouring it on Grand Junction, 35-7. Over on Stream It Sports, NoCo. You can go on to Stream It Sports and click on menu, click on football, and you can see all the games that we've played. You can. We're also on Facebook Live. Want to thank our sponsors, Pedersen Toyota, Schrader Oil, First Bank.
Onside kick again is going to bounce downfield. Taken by Valgesser, 32-yard line. Just kind of secures it and goes down.
Well, Brighton's feeling pretty good about themselves now. And I'll tell you what, Fort Collins needs to
well, the momentum's
have some
over
good things happen.
Yeah, the momentum's on the far sideline, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you could even see on that kickoff return. I think that was number 7 that made that.
Well, he's made
play.
several plays.
We talked about him.
Well, there's plenty of talent on that Bulldog sideline, and offensively they've outscored the Fort Collins offense 14-7. You can't take away the two big special teams touchdowns right away for the Lampkins, but they're back in a fight now. It's 3:23 left in the third. See what they got.
Well, Lampkins got to hang on the ball. That's one thing.
Yep. Jet sweep, turn straight up the middle.
Whoa.
And there's 15.
Hey, man, he is a man, isn't he?
Yeah, Helwick, the senior.
And what he does,
nobody runs out of his tackle.
He literally covers you up like a blanket, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a strong individual, and when there's no arm tackle on him, he drives his feet and gets to you.
And you don't get out from his grasp. I mean, literally, he chews you up.
You're going down. Second and a long 7 now for the Lampkins. Tight end right side, fake the give, lows the backside, got the screen to Valgesser there. One block, he's got the edge. Downfield, first down yardage plus 10. And a nice job out there again. Pat Traskey just set the corner. Comes up with a little bit of a limp out there, but nice job of just waiting there. And Valgesser just waited after the catch and set up his blocker and easy first down yardage. Nice call by the OC for the Lampkins. And if you got our crowd mic up, turned up, you could tell that too. Little announcer punctuation. So ball just across midfield now. Lampkins, a little bit of rhythm back in the offense now, Randy. Twins both sides. Starting count, blitz coming. Faked out, there's an issue there. Boy, I tell you what, he's lucky to hold on to the ball there. The quarterback and the running back didn't agree on where to go, and they froze.
And number 35 says, "I'll take a part of that," and that's Nathan Baca.
Yeah,
senior.
They brought the blitz. They brought the outside pressure on both sides, and about the worst possible time to have a mix-up in the backfield. And that's one of the things about the pistol formation. When you have that mesh in the backfield, that's slow. When the defense moves on the snap, and there's a that part of the time the ball's in the air, and if you're not very crisp back there, all of a sudden they're in your backfield. The play was made before even a handoff could have happened.
Brighton's got some dynamic defenders.
2nd and 13 now. Roll out near side. Just a little too tall, overthrown.
Young man got the ball.
Yeah.
Might get him a call down the.
These officials don't mind that, just being courteous there. But Villapondo there, though, just a little too high for him. Iverson put that where nobody else had a chance but his receiver.
This is a big third down here.
It really is. I mean, you'd love to get the first down, obviously, but you can't. You got to be secure with the ball here. You lead by 7. You want to be able to punt it. Two good things can happen here: the first down or a punt. Faked it, rolling out to the right side. He's got a good area there. He's got a man down slot. Oh, and a nice play by the safety coming up, putting the shoulder into the back, dislodging the ball. Because I tell you what, that was a good throw.
That's how you play football, isn't it?
That's a great play by the safety. McGuire was just about to pull that in, and he popped him.
And he had the ball in his hand, but he
separated him. Well, and that's the thing. He did it the right way. He put a shoulder into him.
Yeah, it hurts to play football, folks. So,
people talk about
he'll have a whelp on his back tomorrow.
It's a collision sport. So Lampkin's back to punt. Twin receivers deep. Lampkin's showing motion. Rugby kick. Angle here to the 20-yard line. Is going to hit the ground. Takes a big bounce to Lampkins. Can they cover it before it goes to the end zone? Nope. Barely. Great effort going down there, but the ball,
And again, two people. I'd been interested to see what the officials would have called if they would have hit the punter, because he started running.
Yep.
He's a running back once he does that.
Exactly. He's fair game.
But I'd love to see what would happen.
There's just that fine line. I mean, we've had it from some pretty good authority say as soon as he takes 2 steps, he breaks he's not the punter anymore. So 1st and 10 now, Bulldogs after their long touchdown run by Ramirez last time, back in business at their own 20. Coffin back to throw, quickly out. Outside pattern to 23-yard line.
Well,
short gain, but a good rhythm throw.
They found their rhythm here, and the key is they scored on a long run play, not a pass play. So,
well,
the Lampkins got to be ready for both.
And I think you're right. I mean, you got to keep Ramirez into the game here more. 28, just too dynamic a player. Roll the right side, fires on the run, caught. Boy, just through the hands of the defender underneath. He just threaded it. The linebacker thought he had it, didn't he?
Well, Coffin's playing under control. That's the difference. The first half, he threw, probably 5 long passes.
Well, and this part of the game is obviously far more suited to him. Back on the line, though, quickly after the first down catch. Screen pass underneath. Nowhere to go. Nice job by the Lampkins defensive. The line just smelled that out, didn't they? They knew they were going to get to that ball, and it was a great read and great tackle. Number 70 comes up and finishes it off. That's Andrew Van Orden.
So that's going to be our quarter there at the end of 3 quarters. 21-14, Lampkins over the Bulldogs. You're watching Stream It Sports.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Coming back in now to start the 4th, you see a great shot of the cheer squad for the Lampkins and the student section. Packed house over here on homecoming night for the Lampkins. More homecomings than any other school in town. The oldest high school in town, Randy.
Yeah, over 128, I think, I can't remember.
It's a big number.
We were around.
You were there just for about the first.
Not that, but I remember they celebrated a couple of.
The big one a few years ago.
Yeah. I just don't remember what year it was.
Right now, here in the present, 21-14, 12 minutes left to play in the game. Brighton's fighting their way back into it, down just a touchdown. They got a 2nd and 12 at their own 40. Coffin bumbles the snap, looking around. He's got to get rid of it.
He was out of the pocket. So
yeah, he's outside the tackle box. His receiver took off down the field.
He says, I hate when that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was, I don't know if he was trying to think it was going to happen, but either way, he knew he had to get rid of it. I don't care if there's anybody there. He did roll out. He was outside the tackle box, but incomplete either way. 3rd and 11. Lambkins with the chance to get off the field. Hand signals coming in. Trips to the top of your screen. That slant pass again, Randy. Rolls left alongside. He's got to throw it from his back foot. It's just up in the air. Receiver's coming back to it. He got it. He's still alive, heading downfield inside the 20-yard line. You know, that was just a pop fly.
Yeah.
And he didn't have a chance to put anything under it because the rush was getting to him. Jack Pedersen was just about to put him to the ground, and Coffin threw it up in the air. Receiver saw it first. You know, that's the back shoulder throw.
That's the key.
You're exactly right. And they're in business inside the 20.
And you can fake out by not acting like you don't see it, and your defender won't even turn around.
Yeah, he had his feet in position. Quarterback draw, run for Coffin, straight up the middle. Slides in after about a 5-yard gain.
I mean, he maybe didn't call that, but
he saw it in front of him and
you got to
took
keep
off.
them honest. You know, they've been throwing a lot.
Yep.
That's a big, big play. That.
So that flipped the field and not only put the position down inside the 20, a chance to tie the game here with a touchdown or an extra point. He just gets it out of his hands, types in Ramirez. He dances around one tackle, steps out another arm tackle down the 5 to 10, touchdown.
Wow.
He got through there.
What a move on the first defender.
Yeah, very, very quick feet. And I mean, there was a block that I'm very surprised wasn't called a hold down there on the 5-yard line. I started to say a number and I shouldn't have, and I don't like to do that. So, but either way, Ramirez has got some serious feet, doesn't he?
Yeah. We used to say you might want to pick your jock up off the ground there. And we've all had it done to us, too.
Yeah.
You know.
Been there and just left it. So now, big point coming up here. Freshman kicker, snap. Just missed the block there. Great effort coming across from Kalen Moore. That didn't get there. We got a tie football game.
Yeah. And you know, you could feel this coming, couldn't you?
Yeah. It's the grace of leading 14-0 on basically 2 huge plays in less than 2.5 minutes. And then that kind of come down.
But now you got to play a football game.
Yeah, Brighton's kind of slowly come back in it, made some plays, got some rhythm in their offense. And it's easier for the Lamb because you kind of got to coast a little bit. It's tough to stay up after that huge thing. And I'll tell you what, this side of the football field has been really quiet.
Yeah, they've
a big crowd over here.
Similar to last week when Loveland sucked all the energy out of this. And Brighton's done a very similar thing.
Slowly taking it downfield. And they've got a chance here. You know, like I say, there's a lot of football we play. There's 10:54 left in the game.
But Fort Collins has to score an offensive touchdown here.
Yeah, they need to go downfield because right now, like I say, the rhythm's back on that far sideline. Another squib kick touched. Got to cover it. I actually think he was down. I think his knee was down. So good field position for the Lambkins offense. They just need to get some things going, some continuity here. Now the homecoming crowd here on the west side picking it up for them. They know these kids need to get that momentum back. And we just had a flag. Oh, now as the football, I was like, what did he throw? This is the near sideline judge. I'm like going, that.
Throw anything.
Yeah. He had the kickoff ball for Brighton. They hadn't switched it out yet, and I was like, that was an extraordinarily long time to keep that over here.
Speaking of Loveland, they're up 42-0 on Mountain View.
Brighton coming with the blitz. Everybody's coming to the back. If they get through that, tackle there, nice strong tackle.
Dynamic.
Yeah. Well, you don't play with a big hammer back. You know, Shea Wynn there, and we didn't know or not, but Remmers must be hurt. I haven't seen him. Hasn't played much this game, so we've got it. We didn't get, we don't get those kind of reports, folks, and hopefully it's nothing serious. But Wynn has been the back here for most of the evening.
That was Jorge Valdez on that hit.
Brighton is strong when they tackle. 4 down linemen bringing a couple backers again. Iverson's ball is hit as it goes in the air. That's going to be an incomplete pass. Now the official's not stopping it. The official did not stop play. They're waving the ball down. Now it's going to be Brighton's ball on the 20-yard line. They're going to call that a
fumble.
So I don't know how the ball goes forward like that. You know, his arm may have been. I mean, they're right there. No, okay, they're waving it off. I agree. Because the ball went forward about 5 yards. I think that what the referee might have gone over and said to him was that a lateral? Was that the ball get knocked? Because if it was a pass, it was backwards lateral. It's a live ball. And a nice job by the Stripes that time, getting together, talking about it. And I'm going to fill in the blanks. They're saying they asked him to go forward. They say yes, and it's an incomplete pass. So big bullet dodge there by the Lampkins. They got 3rd and 7.
Yeah, because that could have been a pick 6 too.
Oh gosh, yeah. So twins both sides. Brighton rushing 5. Iverson takes down the middle. He's got the man there just a little low. Great effort to try to go down and get it by Purnell.
That's a big boy throwing, but you got it, next year he'll get that up in his numbers, won't he?
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Folks, we haven't said this tonight, but the Fort Collins quarterback is
just a sophomore.
15 years old, though.
Yeah, not a very young 15.
He's not going to be 16 until next spring, I think.
Yeah, and great story behind all that, but it's all measured by what you do on the field. You're out there like everybody else, and I know that's a throw. Like I say, you said it right. He put the heat on it, and just to bring it up a little bit. Purnell has a chance to go to the end zone. But the Lampkins punt, fake punt, reverse coming around here. Another pass, get back to the punter. Purnell down the sideline.
Oh my gosh, that is so Fort Collins Lampkin.
Yeah, and I tell you, Abby Asseged paid for it because he got the reverse call, and Purnell comes over the top and he just put it in the air and he paid for it because he got hit just as he threw it. And he's not used to protecting himself like a quarterback.
No. That's pure backyard football right there.
Somebody drew that up. There's no dirt around here, but what a great play and a great time to call it.
You think Coach Rice might have given a little hint on something like that?
Yeah, let's make something happen. When the design of the play, too.
Beautiful play, really.
That nice and slow. They really had the tight splits, and it worked. First down, Lampkins, 45-yard line. Now the Bulldogs.
We've seen some famous fake punts.
Well, on homecoming night, that could go down in some history. Blitz coming. Iverson's got to step up. He's got a man right down the middle.
Oh my gosh.
Great play by the safety for the Bulldogs. Comes running across
I think he touched it.
He got one finger on it
and
just
Abby
tipped it. Hit him right in the head.
Yeah. But folks, when you're running like that, and if they just touch the ball, it just throws you off.
Wyatt Verbeek changed the trajectory of the ball, and it hit off his. just a finger. And that's how close the game could be. A little bit more loft on it because he had to wait for it a bit. But Iverson showed a nice job of stepping up in the pocket there to give himself that extra time because they're bringing the pressure on him. So 2nd and 10. I like the home run call though after the big play. Iverson tries to run the draw and nowhere to go.
Number 15 or 35 again.
Yeah, number 15.
Boy. You don't want to get hit by him.
No. You go down when Helwig gets a hold of you. I haven't seen anybody get by him.
No, I haven't either.
So 3rd and 9 now.
And he tackles high, but it's effective for him.
I wonder if he's a wrestler. Brighton's got an excellent wrestling program.
I was going to say, he's had many takedowns this game.
Well, I laid that out there for you.
Thank you.
So 3rd and 9 now, big play. 8:34 left in the game. Can the Lampkins take advantage of the fake punt for the first down? No blitz. Hayden steps up, looks around. He's got to step out of the trouble. Sees a man, just throws it towards the open. Oh my gosh, he caught that. Wow. Abby Asseged. Was that Asseged?
No, it's 30, I thought. 31. It's 38 that's coming off. I thought that's who it was.
No, that's Asseged. Abby Asseged, number 10, with the catch. Talk about throwing into traffic. There were 5 Bulldogs converging on him. Sega goes up and puts it away, knowing he's going to take a pounding, and he did. Huge play. And what a nice job of keeping your eyes downfield, too, by Iverson on the scramble. Wildcat here. McGraw straight up the middle, nowhere to go there.
It's turned into a great game, hasn't it?
Well, credit to Brighton not giving up, and then, the punch, and now Collins is answering. The fake punt, the big play there. Getting the sideline back involved over here, too.
Well, they're more focused, that's for sure.
Well, they're certainly in field goal range, but they don't want that.
We get a break here. We'll talk about an infamous fake punt that we...
Still Wildcat formation. McGraw, inside give. Pedersen just goes on the ground. He's just got to cover it. That's an inexperience of taking the handoff, because if you saw Pedersen's hands, he didn't put the classic get your elbow up, your near side elbow up to me. I could put it in there, and the ball went right to the ground. I like the call, execution.
Yeah.
Because you get that big fellow. What a great athlete. He turns and runs it upfield.
Well, you draw them all up, and if you do it perfect, they're all touchdowns, right?
Exactly. So loss of about 2 back outside the 25. Need to get inside the 14-yard line, near the 13 for the first down. Iverson back in the game. Twins both sides. Brighton backing off, no blitz. Good protection. Sees a man, lost it to the corner. He's got him down in the corner. Oh my gosh, he fumbled, dropped it. Should have been intercepted, should have been a touchdown. It was number 29. Ball was underthrown. Daniel Wilson, the senior, goes up, has it both hands on the ball, goes right between his hands, right into the receiver's hands, who couldn't probably believe it came through and didn't secure it. And don't take any credit away from the defensive back in the end zone that kept playing and probably dislodged the ball. But both sidelines up, down, aren't they?
Yeah, it's turned into a heck of a game. And they're going to try 42.
43-yarder.
Yeah.
McGraw's made him. I've seen him warming up, do it. Good snap, a little off the side, though. That threw off the timing completely.
I'll tell you what, that holder, that's one of the weirdest setups I've ever seen.
Yeah, the ball was off his right hip. He had to turn and try to bring it back in timing, and that time
they haven't worked on that enough yet.
Iverson didn't have a chance to get it back on the tee.
So Brighton bends but doesn't break.
Yeah. So they take over on the 30. That's a high school rule. If you attempt, that's why a long field goal attempt isn't as disastrous in the high school level. The ball does go back to the 20-yard line if you punt, or you kick it, the attempt outside the 20. So basically like a punt. But we're all tied up here 21 all. Thanks for tuning in to Streaming Sports tonight. Homecoming night here for the Lampkins. They'd love to have the victory to go with it. Blitz coming. Gets it outside. Ramirez on his feet. Dangerous in the open field. That's a pretty good tackle there, too.
Yeah, that is.
That really was. Coming up there, Shea Wind.
He looked like he was going to get a lot more than that.
Well, and guys are figuring out pretty quickly that you better watch that buckle. If you're watching his feet, you're going to you're going to have a lot of air. Nice open field tackle by Wind that time. Gain of about 9, though. Trips to the top of your screen. That slant pass has been the bread and butter. Oh, 2 good plays in a row. Shea Wind, that time he stopped on the receiver, number 13 for the Bulldogs. Ran, he tried to do a little stop pattern, McCormick. Then Wind just got underneath him. He had safety help over the top. He had number 14, kind of crowding the longer passer so he could play aggressively. And that was Jack Sheasley.
Timing wasn't real there either.
Yeah, no, you're right. Smart play by Wind. He took the play away from them. So still it's 3rd and short. Lampkins with a chance to get off the field here. Force a punt. 8 in the box. Boy, look at him crowding up. Blitz coming right in the backfield. He gets it out of his hands. Nice job by Coffin, wasn't it? How fast is his release?
And how was that not offsides?
Timed pretty well because...
I mean, he timed it perfect because he looked...
Well, the captain, Garrett McGraw, shot that inside gap between the tackle and the guard. And, Coffin saw it. He knew it was coming.
He did. And he had somebody to throw it to.
So first down, just enough to get across the yard to gain. penetration coming there. Nice job of the front again by the Lampkins. They caught Ramirez in the backfield.
Well, you know, you want to get Ramirez the ball out in space because
Pedersen getting the credit for the solo tackle. A couple assists with him there, the big guys up front. There's some tired young men out there. A lot of games tonight in there.
Yeah, a lot of football plays.
Right side got the out if they want it. Trying to throw back to that slant play. Oh, what a catch.
What a
Great
throw
catch.
into 23. Yep. Boy, he's an impressive athlete, isn't he?
Well, they've got several kids that'll go down and get the ball on the receptions, won't they? Cortez there, and it did the right thing. You young receivers at home, you catch it. He knew he was going down. He got his hands underneath it, didn't he? He gave the official no chance to even think there was a disputed catch. Wonder if the Lampkins are going to start bringing pressure. They keep showing it, bringing just one extra this time. Coffin hits, though, the underneath pattern. I just keep waiting for Collins to jump one of those inside patterns because they've got the safety over the top on the broad side of the field with just two underneath defenders. And there's three receivers there. So Coffin just can pick the void, and he throws to it every time. He's done a great job of play selection there, hasn't he?
He's been very, very impressive with how quick he's getting the ball out of his hand, too.
Yeah, very, very important. This time he's going to have to try to get away and nowhere to go. Tackle for maybe just a little loss. We're going to call it a sack. Sack and a cramp. Whoever that was that got him because he went down there and he stayed. So we're going to have a timeout here in the field for an injury. We're going to have a timeout right back up here. You're watching Streaming Sports. He's going to walk off, though, now.
So we're back here. Talk a little bit about a couple of volleyball games we have. Next week is City game week. We got Poudre and Rocky, and there was a hold on
the Lampkins there.
Lampkins.
That's a big penalty.
No wonder nobody was open. That's what the Bulldogs would say.
Yeah.
And that's not 5 like it is in the NFL.
That's a quick 10-yarder.
That's 10.
First down.
And the other Thursday game is Fort Collins and Fossil Ridge. Both teams the top 10, so we'll talk about that after this play.
First and 10 now, Bulldogs. Trips here to the near side, wide side of the field. Coffin just zips it out. Oh my gosh, what a catch. Spun around behind him.
And showing the official.
Yeah, Cortez again. Boy, he's thrown the ball pretty well tonight, Randy, but his receivers have done him justice, haven't they?
Yeah, that was.
And Bulldogs on the march.
There you go. Little journey.
Yeah. The Purple Regiment trying to get some crowd back into the game. Low snap. Hit right away at the line of scrimmage, though, but still goes forward. Everybody's talking the ball's on the ground. Lamp could say they got it. Big turnover if they do.
Well, he must not have been down because they wouldn't be looking.
Yeah, they went flying forward. And they're saying third down. Boy, there's a lot of purple jerseys there. Disappointed because that ball came out, went forward, and everybody thought they had it right away. You don't just react that way unless you see it. So, big break for the Bulldogs to keep that turnover, keep this drive alive. They're tied at 21. Coffin under center for the first time in this half. Trying to sneak. They'll get it, move inside the 30. The old pile just keeps moving forward.
Got a picture here from Eric and Cody having a little fun with the crowd over.
Instant celebrities there on the outside. Yeah. Out amongst the folks.
Great picture.
So first down Bulldogs, Randy. This is a big drive now as this game starts to wind down. 3:13 to play. You know, we've seen their kicker, very strong leg.
Well, what I say in the second quarter, you know, we might get to see him, and he may have something to do with this game.
First and 10. Boy, the slant play just there, and the Lampkins just a half a step off of it.
Well, he's 23 is just like he's.
Oh, the pattern.
Stick him on his hand.
Yep,
I mean, he's just.
Yep. Well, the gloves these kids got these days, it is stick 'em basically. Great technological jump forward, but the ball's on target. You still got to catch it. But what they're doing,
he catches it with his hands, though, that's
exactly
he's
right.
very impressive.
Reach out and get it. Coffin again hits another receiver. Just he looks 23, spins out of one tackle inside the 10-yard line. Wow.
23 is taking this game over.
Well, this intermediate routes, Coffin keeps making good decision after good decision. Ball doesn't stay in his hands long. His feet are set, a quick release, and guys are making plays.
Drake Cortez, remember that name. Only a junior.
Give up the middle. Ramirez spins out of one tackle, goes to the goal line, dragging guys with him. Touchdown. Bulldogs, their first lead of the night.
How impressive was that drive, though?
Well, they just had everything going. Several guys had a shot at him. He just keeps jumping out of tackles. And the faithful of across the way from us over there besides the sideline, about 100 or so Brighton fans are on their feet. Now, if you're the Lampkins, here's a chance to make a play right here, but you got 2 minutes left. They went.
Yeah.
They did score. They got it done. They got in a hurry. You still got 3 timeouts left.
Well, he's thrown the ball up several times and they've caught it, so it's a big extra point. May not seem like a big.
Wow. So for the first time tonight, they lead after giving up 2 special teams touchdowns in the first 2.5 minutes of the game. So it's answer time now and homecoming for the Lampkins.
We can't say we didn't see this coming, though.
Yeah, it's like I say, you get that big rush, and then it kind of comes down, and methodically, Brighton just worked their way back in the game. They say we got nothing to lose, and to get that back, it's just kind of the air goes out of the balloon a little bit here, and we'll see the Lampkins plenty of time to do it. They've got the players, the skill position, the guys up front to do it. Now it's all about the execution here in the last couple minutes. And it's been squib kicks every time for Brighton. This does give up the field position if they get the ball. Bounce up in the air, they just have to go get it. So ball taken to the 30. That's one of those where I just kind of expect to see that one time they get that bounce, somebody takes it and runs.
We forgot, their first one when they went deep, it came back 95. So they're not going to give Abbey another opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
How good has the coaching been for Brighton here in the second half?
Well, and they got the kids in the right plays, but boy, I tell you, I'm very impressed. I mean, the receivers have made catches 83, 87, 88, 23, just rattled the numbers off, but boy, Coffin has just been a surgeon out there in the second half. Collins' chance to come back on the wheel route over there. Nice job of just waiting for it to come. Kalen Moore goes upended after first down catch. I tell you,
that was Abbey.
Yep, you're right. The second makes the catch, lands on his back, kind of awkwardly.
His back.
Yeah, he's gonna know he played.
He's gonna need a back rub from his mama when he gets home tonight.
But I tell you, that was a nice throw. Iverson hung there, took his secondary receiver. Brighton went. They took the deep route away.
We can already see this setting up here.
Well, they just can't let it be. They don't have to make it one play. Blitz coming, getting out of one handle. Iverson's upfield, got to the edge, trying to get out of bounds, doesn't get there. Solid tackle.
Boy, he's fortunate that wasn't a loss.
Yeah, spun out of one there. Somebody had him by the pads, and I tell you, he's elusive. Accelerates upfield, gain for first down. The clock will stop, and now it's going to be reset and run. So 1:23 left. I'll tell you what, one thing when they came out too early this half, Brighton was in a hurry up. They didn't huddle for about 3 drives in a row, did they?
No, they
didn't. I think the Lampkins got to do the same now. Snap, roll out right. Got a man on the edge, turning around a little bit too long to catch.
I'll tell you what, a running back tried to block 15.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Out there, number 6.
Yeah, McGraw tried to go up and take him on.
I don't think.
No, you don't want to do that.
He wants to finish the school year out.
Well, and I tell you what, though, that just shows he's had to do his job. He did it well.
No, I know it is, but it was out in the open there, and he has a bit more. But you know what? 15 didn't make a play.
Didn't make a play, so it was a good block.
But he more got in his way than he.
Yeah. That's what you got to do. 2nd and 10 now. Crowd picking it up over here. Back to throw, looking at the near sideline, got the man out. The Sega just takes it. It's got to go down.
Needs to go down.
Yeah. Trying to think he can find someone going on there.
Save himself that hit.
Well, and now we're going to have a timeout taken by Lampkins. I think that's a good time to do that. Gain of about 6 on the play with 56 seconds left. And we're just going to stay here, folks. Great finish chance here for the Lampkins back to tie it up. An early lead. Credit the Bulldogs for not giving up, methodically bring themselves back into the game. And a chance to pull off basically a comeback you don't get very often.
So we'll talk about our schedule next week. It's pretty much all about volleyball next week, isn't it?
Well, when you got the level of volleyball being played here in northern Colorado, should be a great time. I think every school ought to get up and support those ladies. Really high level volleyball.
Rocky will be at Poudre. And then Thursday night, Fossil Ridge will be at Fort Collins. And I'll tell you, that gym will be rocking for that.
So timeout now is ended. Back on the field. Third down, but Brighton's got their safeties about 20 yards deep, Randy. And one of those things about that, you catch that intermediate route, you run underneath that, they're going to let them complete anything they want short. Actually, it's going to be a quarterback run, and they're not going to go anywhere. They got to call timeout right now. Nope, clock's still running. Decide to go with it. They've got to have 2 or 3 plays called here. It's 4th down. So that was just a run just to try to get the first down. High snap, Irish is going blitz, coming late blitz. He's looking around, he's got a chance to move, he's going to be tackled.
And that's your ball game.
And that's going to be the ball game. And tackle's made.
And look who it is, Mr. Helwick.
Yeah.
What a game that young man's had. Wearing a quarterback number.
Almost surprised he didn't get a spot there with the official. So, huge sack. Turnover and downs now. Brighton, 28 seconds left. Lampkins can call one more timeout if they want.
Quite a turn of events here tonight, huh? Again, though, we've watched plenty of football games, and you can feel the emotion and momentum of a football game.
It's so hard to get back when you've lost it, and you're up so high and such a change. Victory formation here by Brighton. Credit the Lampkin crowd staying here cheering their kids on, and that's going to do it.
See if they call a timeout. No, they're not.
No need.
So Fort Collins comes close, but not close enough.
Well, and just credit to like I say, the Bulldogs stuck with their game plan, went to the hurry-up offense here in the second half. Very efficient passing by Coffin. Great job by all his receivers. In just 2 or 3 plays, they made plays. It doesn't take anything away from Fort Collins to say Brighton made plays,
and that's a big. You see the Bulldog. It's a big road win in the conference. I mean, this isn't some light game. You don't come up here and win all the time.
Yep.
So, but I'll tell you what, that's some of the best passing by a quarterback we've seen in a while. I mean, he just shredded and receiving too. So anyway, our final score 28-21. Brighton over Fort Collins. Next Friday night, Cherry Creek comes to French Field to play Fossil Ridge. So we'll have that here on Streaming Sports. We've got 2 volleyball games next week as well. So we look forward to seeing you during those games. For Grace Reeder, David Haase, this is Randy McCoy, and we will see you next time.
Poudre School District High School Football, live on Stream It Sports Northern Colorado, has been brought to you by Schrader Oil. Fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins. Everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking.